Hi everyone, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. I'm Tarasha. Welcome to my channel. We have to talk about X-Men. We got a cast. We got to talk about it. We are definitely going to be talking about the casting for the new MCU X-Men film, which comes out 2028. But this was part of D23. Now, D23 is an expo, a lot of Disney stuff, which includes Marvel and Pixar and Star Wars. And we have several things to talk about. But mostly, we're just going to be talking about X-Men in this video. I I had this feeling that the characters that we were going to see, that's what was going to be casted, and I was completely right. And the cast members that have been picked for these roles, I love it. Okay. The way I was giggling last night when I found out about all of the cast members, it was amazing. It really was. As a fan of the old X-Men movies and going into love the MCU, you guys know how I feel about the MCU. But now it's been talked about for a couple years now, and now we have a cast. We have a Rogue. We have a Storm. We have a Cyclops. We have a Professor X. We have to just talk about it. I'm just so giggly about it right now. So, Jake Schreier is directing the X-Men, okay? And he has directed Thunderbolts, which is one of my favorites. He did some brilliant things doing that, and I know if he could bring a team together, he could definitely do X-Men, I feel. Now, he was also talking about that he's pulling from the comics and stuff that we probably haven't seen, which is fantastic to hear. And going into when they were starting, we already know, we already have a Jean Grey, which is going to be Sadie Sink. And her introduction was Spider-Man Brand New Day. My review is coming. Then let's get more into this, okay? We have Connor, playing Cyclops. Perfect. He's from Heartstoppers, and he's amazing in that. Then we have Indy Navarrete, and she will be playing Rogue. Okay, I love that she was an obsession, amazing. And then we go into Professor X, which is going to be Christian Abbott. And also going into more of the casting, we have we have our villain, which is going to be Mr. Sinister, which is going to be played by Adam Driver. Okay, I love that he's from a lot of things, but I want to see him as a. We have already seen him play a villain before when it comes to Star Wars. I know that he could just give us everything with Mr. Sinister. And then we have Storm. Okay? Storm is one of my favorite characters. You guys know that. Now, Maya Boyd, I wanted to make sure I got her name right. She, it looks like, because I was looking up on all the cast members, it looks like this is going to be her first movie. And when I was watching the panel in itself at D23, she's going to bring it. She really is. She's going to bring it because, like I said, I am a fan of Storm. I'm a fan of all of these characters. And I've said this about Storm many times. She has this way about her that she is in command of her power, right? And hopefully we see that through this movie of the start, or are they already together? You know, I have a feeling that they're already together. And I I love this. The casting is amazing. Love it. Now, this is editing Tarasha. I also want to tell people Samara Weaving also has been cast as Emma Frost. Now, I love Emma Frost as the character, and I what I know from her is from the cartoons and also from the comic books. But Samara Weaving is the perfect person to play her because she's from Ready or Not, which and also Ready or Not 2. Both movies are really good. And anytime I see her in a movie, I love how she just does the character, and I feel like she's going to do the same thing with Emma Frost. Love it, cannot wait for her to play this character. There's a few people that haven't been announced, been cast yet. Mystique, Magneto, and Beast. Those are the three that we know are probably going to be casted, hopefully. But when I think about X-Men, there's certain characters that I definitely want to see. Now, Wolverine is one of them, okay? And but they probably are not going to do Wolverine because they probably have other things for Wolverine. Or eventually we probably will see a recasting of Wolverine in the MCU X-Men film probably. Um there's so many things that they could do. One thing when I was thinking about Mr. Sinister, I was also thinking about this when I was watching a few episodes of X-Men 97. They could do Savage Land, okay? There's many storylines because when we think of Jean Grey, we think of the Dark Phoenix. When we think of there's certain storylines that they could probably do, but hearing the director say, hey, we're pulling from the comic books. And for me, when you do a comic book adaptation from the comic book into a movie, you I feel like you should read all the things that you need to do because it gives you ideas. It gives you a storyline. But each character could bring something to the table. One character particularly that I would love to see eventually is Nightcrawler. Okay. I would love to see his progression of how his story starts and going into it. I would love to see that. Another thing is now we are going to see Nightcrawler in Avengers Doomsday because Alan Cummings played Nightcrawler. He played Nightcrawler in the old X-Men films, and we're going to see him again. But I love the casting. Amazing. Just amazing, I feel like I said, they haven't really. There's a few that they haven't announced yet, and I have this feeling that they will announce them. But they decided to do this movie, and I feel like they're going to do it in a credible way. They could level up in so many ways, but the director, I have confidence in him because he's an amazing director. He's done a few great movies, I feel, and I also feel like he did Thunderbolts very well. He's already created a team in Thunderbolts and slash New Avengers. And we're going to see that team in Avengers Doomsday. So there's so many aspects that you could put in X-Men and then make it an incredible movie. And for me, you guys know that I love to think. I love to do my critical thinking skills. And for me, I'm going to go, I read a lot of X-Men, so I'm going to also dabble in some X-Men that I haven't really got into this. I did say I haven't really got into Grant Morrison's run of X-Men. I want to go more into that. But there's a few X-Men stories that I don't know knowledgeable for me as a comic book reader. Um, but I'm excited for this. I really, really am. I'm really excited for this. I when last night, and I'll say this. Last night, I was just sitting here and just refreshing. Like I was just refreshing because this is one of the movies I'm excited for every single MCU movie. Okay, that's how like deep I am with Marvel. Okay, I love me some Marvel. Now, this movie does come out May 5th, 2028. It will come out in my birthday month. Woohoo! I love it. Um, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. And you guys know around here we talk about the things that we love. Have a beautiful day. Bye.